Summers Taylor is a family-owned business that I've been part of for 23 years. Established in 1932 and are well known in this area and are proud to be part of the communities and the areas that they service.
We're based here in East Tennessee. Primary business is road construction and site prep, so we do grading, paving, concrete work, utilities, bridges. We've done a fair amount of work at the airport.
Tri-Cities Regional Airport, located in Northeast Tennessee. We serve the areas of Northeast Tennessee, Southwest Virginia, Western North Carolina, and then parts of Southeastern Kentucky. This project, the Runway 523, is our primary runway. So about 4 years ago, as we evaluated the condition of the runway, we determined that it was approaching the end of its service life.
The runway was cracking. It was creating an issue as far as long-term viability and safety as far as landing airplanes.
Just the amount of detail and work that has to go into it is amazing. We have, of course, the runway, the profile, the elevations, all those things have to be taken into consideration.
A job of this magnitude is obviously in planning for several years. Mid-2012, the job was bid, and we were lucky enough to be successful on that.
This is a really unique project in the fact that it's one of the few airports or airport projects that I've worked on where you're reconstructing the primary runway at a commercial service airport.
The biggest thing was just trying to get as much work done in as short a period of time as possible. And we knew going into it that the contractor would have to have a lot of equipment and a lot of people out there to do a project of this scale.
Airports have very strict quality requirements, both on the mix and laying asphalt as well. And so we just wanted to provide a very high quality job within the constraints of these two weekends.
We had to plan this a year in advance, so we didn't have the luxury of kind of waiting and seeing on the weather. We're stuck with the weekends, and we had to make the best of it.
So the general scope of the job was to mill and pave the existing runway, to pave the shoulders, and to reinstall lights, stripe, and do all that. In the first weekend, we milled about 23,000 tons of asphalt and laid about 28,000 tons, and we're reopened on time. The second weekend consisted of putting the surface course on, and then paving all the shoulders, and then paving all the taxiways as well. The runway itself is the equivalent to paving about 19 miles of a 4-lane interstate. Then you add on the taxiways that adjoin to that, and those are the equivalent of paving 3 or 4 large Walmart parking lots.
You just cannot think of all the things that could go wrong, so you always try to get extra equipment, people, staff on board.
Given the high risk of the job, we want to make sure that we had a lot of redundancies and contingencies in place. We had 2 asphalt plants operating about a mile from the airport, and those were the ones that we ran the mix out of. We had 2 other asphalt plants, one in Watauga, one in Greenville, that were on standby, hot and ready. We had a number of subcontractors on the trucking side. We had about 80 trucks running per shift, about 200 people total on the job per shift, 24 hours a day.
The first weekend was great. We had perfect weather all weekend and really exceeded our goals for that weekend.
The second weekend, we were not so lucky. There was a storm that spun out of a system in the Gulf, and we got a pretty sustained rain for about 12 hours that completely knocked us out.
We had intentionally put some additional time into both weekends, knowing that we could get rain that could slow up part of the production.
It really took the effort of all of our guys to really hustle and get us back on track, and so we ended up doing exactly what we had wanted to. The planning and the contingencies were really a huge part of our success.
It was certainly great when we got to the opening period after the second weekend, when we had the full width of the runway, full length paved, had the markings out there, and to see the first aircraft come in on the new pavement.
I think the airport is very well satisfied with the end product, and the FAA, they've taken a look at it and they thought it was really good.
We've always been very pleased with their response to our needs, sometimes with very short notice. And they're good to come out and just do what it takes to accomplish the project.
They do great work, and they take their work seriously and really do a fine job.
The job this size and the magnitude it is, you really can't do it without having the buy-in of a very committed team. We were really, really proud of our guys. So we're very thankful for the team that we have here.
It's something for all of us to be proud of, to have a safe project. No incidents, no accidents, no injuries on this for the 2 weekends. It's enormous to say that. Everybody went home just like they came that day and was safe.
You know, think about a job like this. When you come to the end of it and you are successful, it really gives you the confidence that no matter what the job, no matter how complicated, how large it is, it gives us confidence that we can do anything and do a very high quality job for anybody. So we welcome any challenge that's out there.